ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, you think you know about cars until you have to go and purchase one. So I'm wearing red lipstick to match my new baby. Okay guys, so today in this video I am going to be sharing my journey with buying the car and tips that you could take when you decide you are buying your car. Okay, please note this video doesn't constitute as financial advice, where if you are seeking financial advice, do speak to someone who's certified and registered with the FSCA. I am not a financial advisor. All right, let's get into it. You decide, no, now I am buying this car. So what you first need to do is you take out your budget. Remember guys, I always say this, a budget is the foundation to everything because it tells you how much money you have and what are your expenses. So you go to your budget to check your affordability. So you are going to check your affordability on your budget. And remember, when you're doing this, you need to factor in these following items, because a car, it's not just, you're not just going to pay for the installment, but you are also going to pay for fuel. You are going to pay your monthly insurance. You are going to pay for your tires if something happens to your tires. So you need to have money that you're putting aside a month in your emergency fund for your car. Remember, now you gotta have an emergency fund because now you have a car. And then you are going to pay for car tracking. So you need to factor all of these things when you are calculating whether can you afford the car, which car can you afford. And then after you have seen your affordability, and let's say you realize that, okay, I can afford 5,000 Rand a month on a car, you then do your research. Get someone that knows about cars to help you look for the car. Number one, you are going to have a fixed car that you have in your mind, but you need to be realistic about this when you are trying to buy this car. Don't buy a very expensive car where you end up having to take a balloon payment. I'll get into a balloon payment later. And so just make sure that you are realistic and you can afford the car that you are looking at buying. So do your research, ask around, ask questions before, and visit different dealerships. Take your time, shop around, and then find out the maintenance of the car. The parts for the car, are you gonna have to ship them from overseas? Are they easily accessible in South Africa? Where can you buy them? When can you get them? You know, if anything happens to your car, how quickly can you get these parts to your car? So you need to check your maintenance. How easy is it to maintain this car? Will you be able to maintain it? Ne? And then you go to the dealership. Please, if you are buying a second-hand car, go to a reputable dealership, because you do not want to end up buying a stolen car or a car that has an engine number that's missing, you know, and find yourself in serious trouble. So make sure that the car that you are looking at buying, you are buying it from a reputable dealership. When you get there, ask these questions. The first question you're going to have to ask is, what's the service plan for this car? Does this car have a warranty plan? Is it still in warranty? If I get it now, what is it warranted for? What are the things that I have warranty on the car? And then you ask, have the tires been changed recently? Because you do not want to buy a car that has terrible tires. You don't want to buy a car that has terrible tires, then you have to quickly replace them as soon as you get the car. We don't want that additional cost so early, ne? And then ask if the car has been in an accident, and if yes, what are the major repairs that have been done on the car. Find out as much as you can about the car before you buy it. Open it, check it, let them open the engine for you. Make sure that the car is thoroughly checked. You do not want any surprises. Does it have a spare wheel? Does it have this? Make sure that you know everything about the car. And then for you to qualify for financing, you're gonna need your ID book. your 3 months bank statement, your 3 months pay slip if you are working, and if you are a company, I think they do just work with your bank statement. And then you're going to need a valid driver's license. It has to be valid, and you need to be earning over 8,000 rand so that you can qualify for financing. And guys, please do not do 3 or more hard inquiries. By hard inquiries, I mean going to 6 different dealerships and them having to inquire for financing on your behalf. It will affect your credit rating very, very badly. And while we are still on the credit rating, make sure that you build a good credit score. A good credit score is going to help you with your interest. So this hard inquiry applies for your car financing and for your interest. For your insurance, sorry. Make sure that you only inquire 3 or less times for financing for your car. You do not want to seem desperate, or you do not want to have that rejected on your credit reports, né? And if you do not know how to build your credit score, watch one of my videos where I explained how to build a credit score and how to keep it in good shape. And remember, a credit score is your ability to pay back debt. So you need to have a good credit score so that you can get the car at a good interest. For example, I could have a credit score that's sitting at 635, and you could have a credit score that's sitting at 300, and I would get 11% and you'd get 14%. So it really helps with that. And then your car, your bank is going to finance you at 2 different types of interest depending on which one. It's either there's fixed deposit, there's fixed interest, and there's linked interest. Your fixed deposit, they say, okay, this is your contract now. This is after they have accepted you, né? So they say, okay, now this is your contract, and we are charging you at 15% for this whole period of 72 months. That is 6 years. So you know that your interest from the day you drive the car out is 15%. And then they could charge it at a linked interest. A linked interest is determined by the repo rate. So if your repo rate increases, your interest increases. If your repo rate decreases, and so your interest decreases. And then guys, make sure that when you are taking out the insurance, well, the dealership will give you, once that you have been approved for financing, they will give out your number to an insurance company that they work with, and this insurance company is going to get you quotes, come back to you, and you pick the quote that is good for you. Make sure that your car is comprehensively covered, and then they cover the shortfall as well. By shortfall, I mean your principal value plus your principal value minus your interest. So that's the shortfall. For example, your insurance would say, okay, your car, it's 50,000 rand. We are covering you for 50,000 rand because that's how much your car is. And something happens to your car tomorrow, you owe the bank 100,000 because of interest now. I know interest will never double, but let's say now you owe the bank 80,000 rand, and then you now have to pay the 30,000 rand back cash to the bank if anything happens to the car and the shortfall is not covered. So make sure that your interest covers the shortfall. Okay, and then what is a balloon payment? A balloon payment is money that is taken off your financing request by the dealership. So let's say your car, once again, it's 100,000, and you get to your dealership, you say, you know what, please take out 30,000 rand, and I'll pay it in a form of a balloon payment, a lump sum at the end of the period, of the financing period. And the dealership says, oh, okay, let's do it, but it's calculated by percentage. So they say, okay, let's do that. So you only get financing for 70,000, and your installment is calculated on the 70,000 instead of the 100,000 which your car it's actually is valued at, né? So then this 30,000 rand you are going to pay at the end of the period. But guys, honestly, if I was to tell the honest truth, I think once you have to add a balloon payment to your car, then you cannot afford that car. You should look for another car that won't require you to have a balloon payment, because how are the chances, how likely are you to have 30,000 rand in cash in 6 years if so how are you going to save for it? Already you have this car and you have the additional costs on the car. So that's what a balloon payment is. So guys, I hope this will help someone that is going out to look for a car. It really helped me to have someone that knew about cars on my side and to ask the right questions. Guys, when you get to the dealership, don't be scared to ask questions. You do not want to find yourself in trouble because you did not ask. And also, this applies to your insurance. If they use terms you do not understand, ask them to simplify. Ask them exactly what does your insurance cover on your car, what is exactly insured, so that one day you don't come across a certain problem and the insurance tells you, but no, you're not insured for towing, you're not insured for this. So make sure that you ask the right questions always, and stay inquisitive when you are in the process of buying a car, and take your time, because you will eventually find the right car for you. Don't rush into anything and buy an expensive car. Shop around. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Leave your comments down below on any other questions that you have. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next video.